The WNBA All-Star Draft was fun between Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier, the team captains, picking the players, picking the rosters. But the most interesting aspect was the coach swap, because Clark traded Cheryl Reeve, who was the coach of her team, or was to be the coach of her team, to Collier for Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty.
This isn't just a draft. This is a takeover. Caitlin Clark, the rookie-turned-revolutionary, just made WNBA history, and not with a buzzer beater. On live television, with the world watching, she fired Cheryl Reeve as her All-Star Game coach. Yes, fired. Traded. Replaced. In a move so bold, so petty, and so perfectly Clark, she swapped Reeve out like an expired playlist and brought in Liberty coach Sandy Brondello. And the message? Loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is done being disrespected.
Caitlin Clark just made the funniest All-Star selections ever. She just picked her friends. She made sure she picked no ops, as people like to call them. She made sure there were no ops on her team. If she's played with a player before, like Sonia Citron, she picked her. Gabby Williams, she picked nobody that's tweeted a negative thing about her. She's picked nobody that has said a negative thing about her in the media. She picked none of her rivals.
During the 2025 WNBA All-Star Draft, Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier were named team captains. But it wasn't just players being picked. Clark stunned the panel when she declared live, "We've already discussed. We're going to trade coaches." With a smirk, she booted Cheryl Reeve, the very woman who snubbed her from Team USA, and brought in Sandy Brondello, a proven winner, and zero drama. This wasn't about strategy. This was personal.
This is the first time I've ever seen this, man. The first time out of all the times I've seen where two star players are picking up players. They ask for a trade, or the median person asked for a trade, and they're talking about trading the coach.
Let's rewind. Clark's feud with Reeve didn't start at the draft. It's been brewing for months. First came the Olympic snub, where despite averaging over 16 PPG and breaking every rookie record, Clark was left off Team USA. Guess who made that decision? Cheryl Reeve. Then came the passive-aggressive tweets. The W is about more than one player. She wrote a thinly veiled shot as Clark's popularity eclipsed the entire league. Reeve didn't just exclude Clark. She targeted her. And now, Clark finally got the mic, and she made sure Reeve knew exactly how she felt.
With you here, Caitlin, you said you might be aggressive on the trade market once this opened up. Is there any player that you're looking to get to? And remember, it has to be apples to apples trade here. Starter for starter, reserve for reserve. The good news is you can't go wrong with this type of talent. Anyone looking to make a deal here?
To be completely honest, I love my team. I think they're great. I don't have any intentions of really trading any of them. I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello.
Instead of coaching under someone who undermined her, Clark pulled in Sandy Brondello, a championship-caliber coach with WNBA Finals experience and a record of building super teams. Brondello's reaction? Pure class. "This is fun," she laughed. That's the energy Clark wants. No ego, no tension, just elite basketball IQ. Meanwhile, Reeve was left stunned. Sources say she didn't even know the trade was coming. One insider joked, "You could see the steam coming out her ears."
Caitlin Clark was supposed to be coached by Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve. Napheesa Collier was supposed to be coached by New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello. They swapped coaches. Cheryl Reeve, dodged the bullet. Thank God I don't need to coach Caitlin Clark, man. Man, I can't deal with that. I would have had to swallow so much pride. I can't do that. Fee, she probably called him the Fee, talk to Caitlin, please. I can't coach her. I can't do it. This book's about to come out. You know what they're going to be saying if I'm coaching Caitlin Clark and the book's out? Oh, God. Fee, please.
But Clark didn't stop with the coach. She built a squad around loyalty, chemistry, and championship fire. First pick, Aaliyah Boston, her Indiana Fever ride or die. Next, Kelsey Mitchell, locking in that backcourt bond. Then came the heavy hitters, Ionescu, Wilson, Sabally. This isn't just an all-star team. This is a statement. Clark wasn't just playing favorites, she was playing smart. Everyone on this roster has elite skill and zero drama. She didn't draft a single rival, not one player who's ever disrespected her publicly. That's not pettiness, that's protection.
Of course, Reeve is Collier's head coach for the Minnesota Lynx, so that makes sense. But the drama is going to come from Reeve having previously been critical on social media about the amount of attention Clark received relative to the rest of the league, not to mention being the coach of Team USA that Caitlin Clark was so famously snubbed from.
Within minutes, the internet caught on. X was flooded with takes. TikTok had "Goodbye Cheryl" trending. YouTubers called it the most savage moment in WNBA All-Star history. One fan posted, "Caitlin finally gave Cheryl the smoke she deserved." This wasn't just a draft. It was revenge clean, calculated, and televised.
Brondello was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So wait, Caitlin Clark had Chrissy Sides, who never let her. Okay. Now she's got Stephanie White, who wants to do off ball. Oh, okay. And now Sadie Brondello's like, wait, oh, I could show Caitlin what she's been missing this whole entire. I can set up an offense like, oh, here comes recruitment year of 2028.
What Caitlin Clark just did isn't just about basketball, it's about power. For decades, WNBA stars had to accept what the league gave them. Clark said no. She didn't wait for approval. She didn't care about the rulebook. She took control of her coach, her teammates, and her narrative. And the timing? Perfect. With her documentary dropping later this year and the fever trending upward, Clark is owning her brand. This move sends a clear signal. She's no longer the new kid. She's the one calling the shots.
Caitlin Clark actually has a complete roster to start her team. She's got Caitlin Clark at the 1, Sabrina Ionescu at the 2, Satou Sabally at the 3. She must have heard the chatter in the offseason of fans saying, let's get Satou Sabally. I'm just saying, she might have heard a thing or two. We got AB at the 4 and Asia Wilson at the 5. Starters for starters, this should be a victory. I know it's the All-Star game, but
the WNBA front office stayed quiet. But behind closed doors, sources say some execs weren't happy. One said, "She made a mockery of the process." Others admitted it was good for ratings. And let's be real, everyone will be watching that All-Star game now. Clark's new coach, Brondello, already started tweaking her offense. This could be the most explosive All-Star showcase in league history.
The players was a lot of fun, and Caitlin Clark also wound up with all of the Fever members on her squad as well, meaning Aaliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell will be a trio in Indianapolis for All-Star. So that's the way it went down. Here are the teams. You can see Caitlin Clark celebrating what she was able to accomplish here. That's her squad. Clark, Boston, Ionescu, Wilson, Sabally, Mitchell, Gabby Williams. I love Gabby Williams. What a player. Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen, Jackie Young, Thornton, Kayla Thornton from the Valkyries. So Clark should have a very fast team.
From Olympic snubs to passive-aggressive tweets, Caitlin Clark took every slight and turned it into fuel. Now, she's the captain, the recruiter, the strategist, and the boss. Cheryl Reeve tried to write her out of the story and ended up being traded out of the script entirely. So what do you think? Was Caitlin Clark justified in trading her coach? Did she cross a line? Or did she just do what every star in the NBA has done for decades, take control of their destiny? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive stories that don't hold back. We'll be covering the All-Star Game live, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Now, as Gangster Clark heard Cheryl Crusted Blueberry Muffin ass Reese being salty in that press conference, throwing shade at the Fever and said, nope, get her punk ass up out of here. She ain't about to coach my team for the All-Star Game, and that's why I call her Gangster Clark, because whatever Gangster Clark wants, Gangster Clark get.
In a move that shook the WNBA to its core, Caitlin Clark, the rookie the league tried to silence, just fired her all-star coach on national TV. Yes, you heard that right. Cheryl Reeve, the same coach who snubbed her from Team USA through social media shade and questioned her place in the league, just got traded live during the All-Star draft and by the very player she tried to humiliate. The message? Clark is done playing nice. Done with the politics. And she's taking control of her legacy one boss move at a time.
Bruh, tell me y'all just saw Caitlin Clark destroy Cheryl Reeves on national TV. I know y'all saw free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke. Bruh, Caitlin Clark want all the smoke. Caitlin Clark want all the smoke, bruh. Bruh, she just annihilated Cheryl Reeve on national television. I didn't see that coming. They asked Caitlin Clark, hey, Caitlin, are there any player trades you like to make? Nah, I'm kind of set with my team, but I would like to trade coaches.
The drama unfolded on July 6th, 2025. During the All-Star draft, when asked if they had any trades in mind, Clark calmly said, "We've already discussed we're going to trade coaches." The entire panel froze. Clark had just fired Cheryl Reeve and selected Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty and a two-time WNBA Finals strategist. Social media exploded. But for Clark, it wasn't about drama. It was about taking back control from a league that's tried to clip her wings since day one.
You look at it, I mean, Williams is really fast for a forward. Obviously, Kelsey's very fast. Citron's very fast. Jackie Young's one of my favorite players. ERUPT, a rookie, can get up and down the floor. Ionescu can help spread the floor along with Kelsey and Clark so they can really shoot. Caitlin made sure to get some size. She actually passed up on Paige Beckers to take Sabally, and she took Asia Wilson with her third pick. If Asia had fallen any further down the board...
This wasn't a random decision. Cheryl Reeve and Caitlin Clark have been locked in a Cold War since May 2024, when Reeve led the decision to exclude Clark from the Team USA Olympic roster despite her being the league's biggest star. Reeve made headlines with her now infamous tweet, "The WNBA is about more than one player," an unsettled jab at Clark's growing influence. But instead of lashing out, Clark waited and struck with precision during the All-Star draft.
I don't know what's gotten into Caitlin Clark. You are leaning into this bad guy role. I love it. I don't know what's gotten into you, Caitlin Clark, but you've been on some I don't give a F lately. I love it. Oh my God, I cannot believe she just eviscerated and embarrassed Cheryl Reeve on national TV like that. They said, hey, would you like to make a player trade? It's better yet, I'll do you one better. Get this fucking coach up out of here. Hey, Caitlin Clark ain't playing.
Sandy Brondello is no ordinary replacement. She's the architect behind the Liberty's consecutive finals appearances and a coach known for elevating star players without ego. Clark wanted someone who respected her game, not resented it. And Brondello? She was honored. She said with a laugh, "This is fun. Let's get to work." That's the kind of energy Clark is bringing into this all-star showdown. No shade, just basketball brilliance.
But we just made it a rule. So Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa!
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina. So therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team.
Whoa!
Let me know. Fee, you want to give me Stewie?
We have breaking news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star game. This is something you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
I agree with Cheryl. I agree with the trade. I love Cheryl. She's my coach here. And you know what? That's just going to be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side. We got more synergy. We know what we expect from each other. So that was a bad move on your part, Caitlin. We're taking you down.
Clark's journey has been anything but smooth. From being elbowed on court without calls, to being disrespected by veterans, to dealing with toxic media takes, she's faced it all. But the Reeve situation stung differently. Reeve didn't just question her skill, she tried to erase her from the sport's global stage. And now, Clark responded in the most cold-blooded, calculated way possible, with a televised power play no rookie has ever attempted. Let's be clear, Clark wasn't just firing coaches. She was building a dynasty. Her first pick? Aaliyah Boston, her Indiana Fever co-star. Next, Kelsey Mitchell. Then Sabrina, Aya, and Satu. She created a lineup that balances chemistry, skill, and championship hunger. This isn't just an all-star team, it's a statement squad. Every pick sent a message. Loyalty matters, and drama doesn't win championships. Fans didn't hold back. TikTok lit up with free smoke memes. YouTube channels praised her as a boss-level assassin. On X, hashtags like hashtag Goodbye Cheryl and hashtag Clark is the boss dominated trending tabs. Some analysts called it petty, others called it genius. Either way, the WNBA world was watching and talking. This is what happens when a generational star takes the reins of her destiny. Caitlin Clark isn't just making history, she's rewriting the rules. No more silence. No more passive stares. She's demanding respect and building her kingdom one bold move at a time. What do you think? Did Caitlin Clark go too far? Or was this exactly the kind of move women's sports needs right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more unapologetic coverage of the biggest moments in the WNBA.